She's like her dad. Like the kids made fun of you at school for wearing the little fox ears that one day, and did you change out of them?
No, I went back and I meowed at them.
Alright, it is November 1st, 2024. I'm Charles, Gen X Power, Angry Marine, and I'm making this video as a welcome to the new influx of subscribers that I got since I started live streaming this last week. I gotta tell you, I've been getting a lot of traffic, a lot more than I'm used to, and I got a whole bunch of new subscribers, and I thought I would make this video as both to show my appreciation and to kind of let you guys know what you're getting into if you waste your time watching an old geezer like me. Primarily, I'm an elite level powerlifter, ranked top in the world for my age and weight. 50 years old, 220. Across all federations, I call myself the world's strongest Marine, but on top of that, I also like to paint Warhammer figurines, play Dungeons and Dragons, video games, comic books. We basically show off our hobbies, our interests, and my main goal is to prove that age is just a number, and if you're getting up there, over 40, 50, 60, and you feel like this is the end and you can't get a start, I'm here to prove you differently. I'm here to get you guys going, get you off the couch, get you moving, and show you that it's never too late to get a start. But this is Nerd Central, baby. So if you're coming to my channel, you come to everything that goes with it. I have a couple different playlists, one where I'll paint Warhammer figurines, one where I'll do my illustrations. I used to be a comic book illustrator. I did some freelance work back in the day, so technically I can say I was a professional illustrator, but I didn't stick with it. I still like to draw, and I still like to showcase my artwork, so I do some of that. On top of that, I like to do commentary on things like anime, animation videos, anything nerd culture, anything that's relevant, anything that's in the zeitgeist, if you will. We do sometimes dip into politics, although I try to stay neutral when it comes to stuff like that, but you know, we do like to try to keep up with current affairs, so I have playlists. Angry Marine Rant, you want to check that out if you're into that kind of thing. But mostly I'm into picking heavy things up and putting them down again. That is what I do, and that's what I do well. Occasionally we like to dress up, we like to do cosplay. We'll go to things like anime or comic book conventions, that kind of thing. And here in Vegas is Party Central when it comes to conventions. So they have conventions for everything. It's really awesome. You know, we can all get dressed up and we don't even have to go out of state. But we do like to travel. We like to get out there. We like to see the world. And what the beautiful thing about the sport of powerlifting is it's brought me all over the United States, and it's introduced me to a whole bunch of awesome new people. And having this channel, I've been introduced to a bunch of new people. And we've all become friends, and we've even met up in real life, and it's been pretty cool. Up to this point, I've been a small channel, a couple thousand subscribers, and most of my followers are nerds with muscles, guys like me who, you know, we collect comics, we paint figurines, we're into whatever you're into, and we like to work out and be swole as hell. And it's just a thing that I've cultivated recently. For whatever reason, I've been blowing up, man. I've been doing my little live streams where I'll work out, and I got 80,000 views the other day, which blew me away. I was not prepared for it. I wasn't expecting it. I had no idea it was going to happen. And I had a hard time keeping up with the chat. Normally, when I'm doing my training, I'm used to the same 10, 15 people that talk to me. And there's always this handful of guys that, like, you know, over the last 3 or 4 years have given me crap for no reason. And, you know, they try to egg you on, and I know all those guys, I'm used to them, and it's just like, you know, but with the huge, with the big influx of subscribers and the amount of traffic that have been going to my live streams, I saw that there was a need for me to moderate that a little bit, because these guys were getting a little unhinged. So unfortunately, I did block a couple of them because they won't behave. You know, they're just going to keep spamming my channel, and I really hate to do that. One of the things I pride myself in is, like, I'm a Marine, so free speech, baby, the Constitution, and I believe in, you know, discourse and the ability to, you know. at the same time, it just got to a point where it's like, all right, what are you doing, man? Grow up. So I had I pride myself on not blocking people, but I did block a couple of them just because, they just weren't going to let up. And I just, frankly, life's too short. I'm too busy to deal with it. So I had to put them on timeout, and maybe I'll just do it for a couple of weeks, and I'll take them off and see if they behave. But if not, if it's going to be like the amount of traffic that I've been getting, and it's really hard for me to keep up with the chats with that many people, I'm going to put them on timeouts if they're going to like spam my channel with hate and vitriol. It's usually pretty funny. It's just guys giving each other crap, but they were kind of getting a little unhinged with it, and that was disappointing to see that. But other than that, no, I'm loving it, man. I'm loving the new influx of people. I've loved all the questions. I like that people are asking me about training and nutrition and dieting. And yes, we talked about PED use. And God, oh Lord, it's like, one thing I noticed was the traffic. I could tell that people were popping in to check the stream out and then leaving because I would literally get the same question every 3 or 4 minutes. So I'm not sure how to mitigate that. I don't know, like when I take the time to answer a question and I try to be eloquent and detailed, and then 5 minutes later someone asks me the same question, it's like, I gotta explain that all over again. I think I had a 2-hour stream, and over that 2 hours I had like 24 different people ask me what my max bench press was. It's like, didn't I just say that? So that just tells me people are kind of popping in and out, and I really don't know what the catalyst for the explosion in traffic has been. Whatever, I don't know. It's cool. I welcome it. I've been working and grinding away for the last 3 years to try to figure out a way to grow my channel while still being authentic. Like, I'm just a guy that posts training, and I post my hobbies, and I talk about life. And so I'm not really trying to become a YouTuber per se. It's not that I don't want my channel to grow. I'm not trying to do stuff to grow the channel. I do stuff to present the topics I want to present. And if that grows intrinsically, awesome. So that means, like, if people are willing to watch me ramble on and they've stuck with me over the last 3 years, then they, on some level, must enjoy listening to me, and that's the kind of intrinsic growth that I'm trying to, that I'm going for. So as opposed to trying to find ways to trick YouTube into bringing more traffic my way, does that make sense? It's like the chicken or the egg, which came first. Like a lot of guys, they want to be YouTubers and they just happen to lift weights. Well, I'm a weightlifter and I just happen to post on YouTube. So if it grows, awesome. If not, whatever. It's still, I've met a lot of cool people, and I could say I've made some lifelong friends over the last few years. I've used you guys as my de facto training partners, and together, you online and me, I have trained and competed at IPL Worlds 2 years in a row and placed silver twice. And that was just me training in my garage, listening to you guys on YouTube. So you guys, for better or worse, good or bad, got a 50-year-old man to compete on the world's highest amateur stage in powerlifting, and I had to place silver medal twice in a row. So that's pretty good, I think. You could spend a lot of money, get a trainer, go to a fancy gym with millions of dollars worth of equipment, and not get the same results that some old dude working out with like 30-year-old crap in the corner of a dirty garage got. So, hey man. So, if you're on my channel and you leave me a comment on any of my videos, usually once a week I try to do a response to comment video where I'll pick comments that are either making fun of me or, in some way humorous, whether it's a troll comment, picking on whatever. I really like to have fun with that stuff. Or if it's a serious comment, you want to ask about training or nutrition, whatever it is, you leave comments, I try to pick them out. Now, up to this point, it's been pretty easy to do so because I have a small channel. I can usually respond to, and I actually do try to respond to every single comment. It might take me a couple of days to do so, but I generally speaking read all of them and respond to them. So we'll see. Hopefully I can keep up with that. That's absolutely my intention. So whether you want to poke fun of my hair or a physical feature or the way I lift or whatever, if it's funny enough, I'll highlight it. Or if it's a serious question, it's something about training, whether you're an older lifter and you want to know about sports nutrition or what I do, if you know what I mean, anything training related, lay it on me and we'll talk about it. So look out for those. I usually try to do that once a week. I'm a little bit behind lately. I do work commercial construction, and it's feast or famine, so sometimes, my hours are normal 40-hour work week. Sometimes it's 60, 70 hours a week. So usually when that happens, that's when you'll start. Might take me a little longer to get things done, but I'm a one-man army. I edit these videos for good or bad, whether you like the editing or not. This is what I got to work with. I do everything myself. It takes me, I'll do all the compiling, I do all that stuff. So sometimes it takes me a little bit to kind of go through things. I have several playlists. Like, again, I was talking about one where I like to do videos where I'll rant about current topics, whether it's music or nerd culture or politics or whatever. If it hits the news and it's worth talking about, I'll talk about it. I have another playlist that's dedicated pretty much to Warhammer content, lore, video, and comic book commentary, as well as painting figurines. I do painting videos. And the rest of it's just lifting in life. We also train boxing. I do boxing with a professional trainer here in Vegas 3 days a week, and I hit the heavy bag behind me in the garage. I would consider myself intermediate, not that great, but again, it's not really about where you're at, it's where you're going. So a lot of times I'll make videos where, if I try something new or I'm doing something I'm not good at, and people will say, like, why are you posting that? You suck. And I'll be like, well, yeah, I do suck because it's new. I'm not good. I like to show the process. So I mean, like Olympic lifting's a good one. I'm not that great at doing like the overhead stuff, the snatches, the cleans and presses, that kind of thing. So that's something I'm new at, and that's something I'm trying to learn. So I'll post videos where, I'll show that I'm not, or whether if I'm learning new techniques on the heavy bag, kickboxing, boxing, that kind of thing, I'll show stuff that I'm not necessarily all that great at. But the idea is constant, steady improvement over time. And I've compiled over the last couple of years progress videos so you can see where I started and where I'm at now. And the whole point of that is, so you can show people that you can start something new, be okay with being bad at it, but if you're consistent and you dedicate yourself and you bring enough intensity, over time you're going to get better. And that's what we're all about, constant, small, incremental improvement. I have one playlist where I talk about nothing but physical therapy. All the boring stuff, stretching, flexing, just the injuries. We've had plenty of them over the years. I've had a couple that should have put me out of the game, but I was able to recover from them, and I've cataloged and shown that progress over time. So if you're suffering from, life-changing or chronic injuries or illnesses, that's something we tackle on this channel as well, and it's something I'm actually pretty serious about. So if you do have physical limitations or you feel like you just can't get started, whether it's the weight or your ability to physically move or your range of motion, or maybe you had back surgery, maybe you had knee surgery, maybe you got bad ankles, maybe maybe you've got everything wrong with you, maybe you're just a walking dumpster fire, what we do is we find a starting point. We find a starting point and we get you going. And that's what it's all about, baby. It's not about where you're going. It's about where you're at and, life's journey. If you focus too much on the destination, you miss all the good stuff that happens going on around you. We don't want that to happen. So again, if you're new, welcome to the channel. I'm really thankful. I'm grateful for you guys subscribing. I recently just got monetized. I have no idea what that means. I haven't done anything or applied or pressed any buttons that said pay me YouTube, or I don't know. I got a notification that said welcome to the YouTube Partner Program. I don't know what that means. If you guys do, if I could get, I mean, I do this because it's my hobby. It's something, you know, it's part of my life. I'm a power lifter. It's what I enjoy. I'm going to lift regardless. I don't care if I make a dime off these videos. I'm not asking for anything. I'm not trying to get paid. But I'm also not exactly rich. So if like someone's going to give me money for doing this, I'm not turning it down either. So, you know, donations are welcome. Like I'm not saying I'm above taking money. Don't get me wrong. And on that note, the reason why I'm up this early is because I'm getting ready to go to work. So, I love you guys, and I will see you on the battlefield.